Heavy metal and religion kind of oppose each other, especially in the lyrical and imagery department. The big question here is Black Sabbath a religious band? Does Black Sabbath believe in God? Or are they truly worshiping the devil? At the end of the day, it's going to be kind of hard to make this judgment because these guys are in the public eye and what they do is considered art. So at the end of the day, we're really never truly going to know what they believe in their hearts and their personal lives. But let's take a look at one of their more interesting songs lyrically on the subject of religion. All right, so let's check out some of these lyrics. We're talking about the song After Forever. And I just want to go through these and kind of give my thoughts. We got, have you ever thought about your soul? Can it be saved? Okay, so there Ozzy's talking about the afterlife of your human soul. I think that's pretty cool. Or perhaps you think that when you are dead, you just stay in your grave. So, you know, are we basically going to die and just be dead? Does the grave essentially mean it's the end, or is it purgatory? Very interesting idea. Is God just a thought within your head, or is he a part of you? I mean, these are some really deep questions. Is Christ just a name that you read in a book when you were in school? Right? These are the questions we all have to grapple with. When you think about death, do you lose your breath or do you keep your cool? Because death is obviously a very scary thing. And his ability to rhyme within this is very interesting as well. Would you like to see the Pope on the end of a rope? Do you think he's a fool? That's got to be one of the best lines of any metal song ever. I mean, I personally think the Pope is a fool, not because I'm anti-religion, but because I feel like that whole sect of society, that whole religious denomination, it's corrupt and it's evil. So yeah, I think the Pope's a fool. Yes, I've seen the light and I've changed my ways and I'll be prepared. But when you're lonely and scared at the end of your days, just more rhyming, good stuff. Will you sneer when death is near and say that you may as well worship the sun? That's really deep because, as we all probably know, if we're not worshiping Christ or some godlike figure, we're worshiping the sun. And so that's a really cool little lyric about when you're dying, are you truly going to stay with your religious belief, or are you just going to worship the sun as ancient man tended to do? Toward the end, we get to these lyrics. Perhaps you'll think before you say, God is dead and gone. Open your eyes, just realize that he is the one. The only one who can save you now from all of this sin and hate. Or will you jeer at all you hear? Yes, I think it's too late. So at the end of this song, he basically kind of throws it all up in the air and makes it seem kind of hopeless if you think it's too late to save your soul. A lot of interesting lyrics in the song. Again, I don't think, you know, the song entitled Black Sabbath comes from like a horror movie, I believe. And, you know, the guys, they're kind of dark and mysterious. They do, some of them have a Catholic background. Not that that means anything. But ultimately, I feel like we're never truly going to know where these guys stand. And quite frankly, who cares? But I just thought it was an interesting song because most songs are about Satan. And this song almost felt like we were dealing with like real religious questions, almost from a Christ perspective. So good stuff. After Forever, Black Sabbath. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.